New tonight at 6. Have you ever wondered what to do if your home or maybe your neighbor's home is red tagged? The city of Tyler is in the process of demolishing several substandard structures. KLTV7's Michael Richardson spoke with code enforcement and has more on the process of exactly what happens when a home is red tagged.
Right behind the Jim Plyler Instructional Complex, a home ready for the next stage.
We mainly look for ones that are beyond repair.
What City of Tyler Code Enforcement Officer Charles Vivian is referring to there are substandard structures ready to be demolished.
Probably almost all the structures we deal with are ones that haven't been touched in a very long time.
One of them is this home on West 3rd Street, which has plants sprawling about alongside piles of trash outside.
One of the biggest ways that we find out about a lot of these structures is the community involvement.
Vivian says it can cost between $4,000 and $20,000 to demolish a home. To reduce that financial burden, the city has implemented a voluntary demolition program for low-income individuals. If approved, the city will pay for the wreckage costs. There are situations where a homeowner needs to pay that cost, including if a lien is put on their property. How long does the process take?
It can be a lengthy process. It's more on the owners to fill out that paperwork and get it back to us. That's usually the biggest slowdown on time.
That process is already underway for the home on West 3rd Street.
In the next few weeks, this structure itself should be down on the ground through that voluntary demolition program.
Michael Richardson, KLTV 7 News.
The city of Tyler says they're working on demolishing between 60 and 70 red tagged homes.